Life-size 6'3" cardboard cutout of Donald Trump. Ordered what I thought was one for my son's birthday, and apparently I ordered 1 dozen. Nah, dude, you gotta live with that decision. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to EmKay. I'm your host, Robin, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/insane people Facebook. Without any further ado, let's get right in there and take a look at the insanity. It's like an instruction manual for creating a Madison Cawthorn. Advice for young people: skip college, learn a trade, get married young, join a small biblical church, have babies as soon as you can, homeschool your kids, date your spouse, don't own a TV, and go camping. Oh, this person is about as deluded as can be. Yikes. Dr. Dre has 4 Grammys and Eminem has an Oscar. Kid Rock and Ted Nugent have, I don't know, syphilis? 10 to 20 years old. Many different types of meat, but I forgot to label it. Defrosted a couple of times over the years, but probably still good. 10 to 20-year-old meat that you have defrosted and refrozen. Yes, terrible things are happening elsewhere, but don't take your eyes off Canada. This is when they get sneaky. Oldest trick in the book, look over here. Is someone really concerned about Canada right now? They don't ever do anything without a single degree. They built us roads that have lasted an eternity. And then the engineers arrived. Right. The age of consent was created by feminists because older women can't compete with younger women. Simple as, One more time, but in English, if you please, this time around. Thank Joe. $45 gas go up. I day Joe go down to hell. Have fun, Joe. Yeah. My husband is slightly irritated with me because he couldn't find his watch this morning, and I told him I let our 11-month-old carry it around the house yesterday because he screamed when I tried to take it. He's now looking for his wallet, which he doesn't remember he left on his nightstand. Our son definitely took it because I saw him with it, but my husband's always forgetting where he puts his things, so right now, he doesn't suspect the toddler. Should I tell him I know the baby took it and make this my fault, or try to find it before my husband does and let him think that this is on him? Ooh, gaslighting. I love this game. You two need a divorce. The Simpsons' Waylon Smithers makes history on the cover of Attitude as Springfield's most famous gay resident introduces the world to his new boyfriend. Stop pushing homosexual propaganda on our children, please. And don't forget to thank a heterosexual person for your existence. Man, I can't even imagine how it must feel to be this pathetic. It must physically hurt. I challenged Dr. Fauci to a debate 44 days ago. It is Fauci, right? And still haven't heard a thing from him. I challenged Serena Williams to a tennis match 44 days ago, and still haven't heard a thing from her. Dr. Oz is such a quack. Teach America's future generations real history in our schools. Not woke leftist propaganda like CRT and the 1619 Project. HIV is not a good thing, no matter how you wrap it. It's not a moral failing. It's avoidable by being moral. My friend has HIV from getting her ears pierced in the 80s. My other friend got stuck by a needle in the sand on a beach. People have gotten it from partners who didn't know their status. Try again. Don't get your ears pierced at places immoral people go to. Don't go to beaches immoral people go to. Also, how did your friend survive HIV in the 80s? Try again. Wow, this person's actually about as smart as a cup of dirt. Why it took this long? 15 years to add ethnically diverse player characters to World of Warcraft. No one wants to play as a character with mental illness in games. Not so hard to understand. Oh, I see. You're just racist. Attention, all guards. I have been told that you are not at your posts for the full 13 hours you're scheduled for. Please note, this is unacceptable and have requested your employer to confirm the same. Your break time is before you arrive or after our site. This is the same time you should enjoy meals. Please do not let me hear about a... What? Hold on. Is he saying that you have to take your break before you start working and then you can't take one? And you have to eat before or... What? You millennial leftists who never lived one day under nuclear threat can now reflect upon your woke sky. You made quite a non-binary fuss to save the world from intercontinental ballistic tweets. We're not entirely sure what this tweet is supposed to mean, and we're the dictionary. That is, I have no way to respond. Free. I use an expired Visa gift card and see the cashier to get around the pre-purchase. Wait, what? Yo, what? Sounds like this post is going to be evidence in a future legal case, but okay, I've done time for it once. I can't be charged for it again. Double jeopardy. No? McDonald's is apparently serving human meat. Not only human, but specifically children. Bones found to be small, childlike bones. It says 90% of meat tested contains human remains. Where are the nearly 1 million children that go missing a year? There's people that believe the moon is natural. LMAO! Deleted that moon tweet only because I'm not in the mood to have dumbass normies on my page again. You believe NASA? You're a fool. Good night. Satellite is the key word. I'm crying because the moon is literally called Earth's natural satellite. Thankful for all the sweet friends and family that came out today to party with our baby. He's so loved, and the presents in the living room. Oh, sorry, I glanced at the photos before I finished reading that. Yeah, clearly the baby is in love with all the Trump shit. It's definitely the baby that requested all of this garbage. With all due respect, please read this, then read it again. Then, teach it to your children and grandchildren. History's not there for you to like or dislike. It is there for you to learn from, and if it offends you, even better, because you are less likely to repeat it. History is not yours to change or destroy. Why do people feel the need to tell everyone what their sexual preferences are? Why even report about it? If you lose friends, or in this case fans, over your sexuality, then they weren't worth having. The same reason your profile says, "I'm a mom with 6 children." Everybody talks about their family and relationships, knowingly or not. True, but you can say you're a mom or a dad and not say what your sexual preferences are. Why tell everyone your parenthood status? It's just as arbitrary, right? That's my point. If Trump was still our president, and I believe he is, we would not be in this mess. What mess are we in right now? Why the hell does this Weird Al song have woke bull in it? I thought he was gonna be one of the good ones, but no, of course not. I'm disgusted. This song is 7 years old. The gender ideology is poisoning everything. I cannot believe this. Keep your politics out of your parodies. Go back to making the best parodies in the business, and even better polka, if you know what's good for you. Wow. This video is clearly one you need to watch a few dozen times, man. Also, who the f goes after Weird Al for any reason, man? You're gonna lose every time. The man's bulletproof. White privilege, systemic racism. Virtually all racism was non-existent by around 1990. Then the false narrative that it still exists was pushed on us by the leftists, starting in 2008, and still being pushed by the leftist media. Damn, you know, Steve's right. Racism was officially cured and abolished in 1990. Did you not know that? Please, if you think Trump lost to Biden, you need your head checked. Aerial view of Trump's rally. You know, I think the best part about this photo is if there were enough people to cover the entire surface of the United States, that'd be like 30 billion people. Looking for a female roommate to pay $0 rent. I will not charge you money, but I will be sharing my bed with you as the other room is being used by my parents. They are aware of this arrangement as I have done this before. Dude, why don't you just try dating, you know? This is the creepiest I've ever seen. Why don't you just try and date someone, because that's what you're hoping for here. Sending unsolicited pics is now illegal in Texas and could result in a $500 fine. Wow, Texas of all places? So, ruin young men's lives behind a pic, but breastfeeding in public is allowed, although it makes some uncomfortable? People need thicker skin. If you don't understand the difference between breastfeeding and some dude whipping his out, you are beyond help. I thoroughly believe it. I thoroughly believe that. My favorite thing they say when you speak the truth, cite your sources. As if I have time to go back and pull up all the videos and emails I've been sent just for them. The videos and emails you've just been sent are not f***ing sources to cite. Some dude on YouTube with 9 subscribers is not the source you want to be citing, man. I was really looking forward to trying Chick-fil-A until a commercial popped up on my television in Spanish. I have no problem whatsoever with Mexican people, but the fact is we live in America, and you should stick with English. I'm sad to say that I will not be eating at your restaurant after you present yourself in this way. Like I said, this is America. We're not called America, it's the United States of America, dip. And the way I see it, it's a privilege to live here. With that being said, they should learn our language and not the other way around. Man, people really erased the whole melting pot culture about 8 seconds after the country was founded, didn't they? Tom Brady holds hands with who on a romantic beach stroll down in Costa Rica. Wow, such big news, TMZ. How about you cover your president and liberals' views and cancel What? Not a couple holding hands. I'm sorry, that really hard to read. You came to TMZ thinking it's an actual news outlet? They don't cover the news. It's always been celebrity gossip and harassment. I was a kid in California when the government announced we could no longer burn our trash. My dad wasn't happy about having to pay a trash hauling company to pick up the trash instead. Here in Arkansas, my grandkids can still burn trash. Smell that? Smells like freedom. Blank tending to the fire and blank keeping the smoke at bay with a baseball bat. Yeah. President Trump is a modern-day founding father. That's not necessarily a good look, man. How many of them own slaves? Didn't George Washington have like 50 of them or something like that? 6 years old. No problems. If you were born after 1985, don't respond. If you live in your mom's basement and have to check if Uber will deliver, don't respond. If you want to electronically make a payment, don't respond. And yes, Karen, it's a smoke-free home. Enjoy the view of the American flag as you pull up the drive. The armed gentleman at the door is a nice guy. What is this for? Hope you don't sell it. This is what weakness on the world stage looks like. Okay. This is exactly why some dudes be turning gay. It's cool to show your son how to be a man, but in some ways, you gotta hate your pops a little bit. When somebody shows you affection, you start to love them. Your son might see something in you to make him like men. Fellas, is it gay to love your children? They'd better not be turning it PC by mixing races where Tolkien didn't. It'll ruin it for all longtime Tolkien fans. Keep it as he intended. PC belongs in the bin, and the thin-skinned in a psychiatrist's clinic. Dude, it's Lord of the Rings. It's Lord of the Rings. Just go cry into a pillow, I guess. Have you noticed that these little cuck carts are starting to appear in stores across the US more now? I think that there's a sign that there are more single people shopping for themselves than shopping for a family. How can we stop the cuck cart phenomenon? Fellas, is it gay to not need a full-size cart when I go grocery shopping for myself? Just received the NNEC electric bill. This has to be the largest charge for electricity ever. Get solar panels. It'll cut your bill down dramatically and will pay itself off in the long run. Well, I did consider solar energy, but from a biblical perspective, for example, Matthew 24:29 and other verses support NASB. 1995. But immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. I figure solar would not work well in the long run. The other thing to consider is the volcanic dust and the incoming debris from space, which will not all burn up in the atmosphere. The lack of sunlight will also add to the food shortages coming in the near future. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to respond to that, and that's completely fair. I do not care about the environment. I just want cheap fuel and energy independence. Everyone we know will be dead in 100 years. Let the ones after us figure that out. I hope you die soon, and I hope it sucks. Why is Reddit so overwhelmingly left? How do Reddit and Quora differ in the composition of their user audience and socio-political values and makeup? Because the kind of people who spend time online forums are overwhelmingly children and tweens. Most Americans who have traditional values, mind you, and lean more to the right, don't have time to comment on Reddit forums. Unlike many on the left, they actually have jobs, or better yet, families. They don't spend all day raging at a keyboard on Reddit forums with their pseudo-intellectual academia brainwashed viewpoints. I hope this helps explain why Reddit is so infected with children and left-leaning types who don't have a wise grasp of reality. As to Quora, it's become more of a safe haven for free speech where, unlike places like Reddit, you don't get censored as much for hate speech, also known as facts. Honestly, at the end of the day, didn't ask, plus your profile picture is the f***ing Confederate flag? Gay marriage has been around longer than your little fan club. You, bro. You know, what a wonderful note to end today's video on. Before we get out of here, though, we gotta take a look at some fan art. Decided to do an art. All right, let's take a look at this N art. Ooh! I'm a big fan of the colors. Very appealing. Always remember, if you even somewhat enjoyed today's video, to consider dropping a like down below. And if you really enjoyed it, well, make sure to get yourself subscribed and click that bell icon, huh? And if you want to hear or see more of yours truly, you can check out the links in the description down below. And until next time, we'll be seeing ya.